Welcome in to another Akward family gathering with your host, the one, the only, me, Akward Hero. Welcome in for those who are new, welcome to those who are old, welcome to those who don't know where they fit in. My name is Akward Hero. I am the awkwardest person around that I can't even get my name spelled right. Yeah, it is what it is. Hope you all are doing well. Welcome in TikTok for the next. We're at what, T minus 9 days, 9 days left. So we're just streaming about. Hope you're doing well. Feel free to drop a follow if you're new. We are all about the weird things of life. And today I know out on the schedule it said Akward Hero is going to be. I missed a button. I didn't check. I just slid this on over my head. Oh well. Today we are going to check out where we've been. I did some work on the coins we started on Monday. And I started working on Akward Wife's, and actually I got about halfway through Akward Wife's little coin, what's it, flip coin for trading card games like Pokemon. So I'm making some custom ones for that. So we made the back for mine on Monday stream, and then I was like, I want to print these because it was coming out so cool. I really am excited about the Akward Hero ones, but I wanted to do Akward Wife's background first, so I went and I did hers, and so I was like, out on Discord, I was like, should we continue doing this? Because secretly I wanted to, but then secretly you guys wanted to too, and that was so awesome. Before we get started today, we are still raising money for trans rights readathon. We are raising money for the Trevor Project, a service dedicated to suicide prevention and specifically for the LGBTQIA plus community. And so we have raised so far, as you can see above my nice bald head, we have raised $220. And so every $50 raised, we are reading books that are trans positive or written by trans authors. And we had such a good time on Saturday raising that $220 that we went ahead and we didn't just get one milestone. No, we got 4. And so I pre-recorded all these videos that have been released. And one particular story stood out to me because YouTube has taken interest in it. But unfortunately, it seems to have wandered onto the wrong side of YouTube. And so it's getting a little bit of hate. So what I wanted to do was share this one with my communities. Let people enjoy the story. And if you like it and you want to go leave a comment about how you enjoy it, please feel free to do so. I would appreciate it, of course, but more importantly, I think a lot of the community would also really appreciate it because this little story is great. This story is about a young person who wants to be prideful of their Zaza and prideful of themselves, and they don't know how to be because the only way they know how to be prideful is the way they see their Zaza be prideful, but that makes them feel a little anxious. And so they don't know what to do. They want to be very supportive. They want to be show that they're proud of being them. But unfortunately, they don't know how to. And so this is the story of Marley trying to learn how to be prideful. And it's called Marley's Pride. And it was really a good little thing, because I know a lot of people like this where they are super comfortable with who they are, but their own comfort, makes other people uncomfortable because those people aren't comfortable with themselves, and therefore they have to feel like they have to hide. And I think that a lot of us, doesn't matter how you identify, can really relate to that. It's being a person right now is really, really hard. And so that's kind of the beauty of this story, is it's just be you. And I really like that message. That's a message I want my kids to hear. And that's a message that I know my wife wants our kids to hear. And I know there's a lot of students that need to hear that. And so we're going to go ahead. It's already recorded, so you're going to see me change shirts really quickly. And it's just going to be the magic of the internet. When we come back, then we will get started with our coin design. So hang out, relax, grab something to drink, and enjoy Marley's Pride. Marley's Pride. To those who live outside of the gender box, stand in your pride. To my mom and Rocky, who showed me it's okay to live authentically. It's the first day of June, and our house is bustling with excitement. Happy Pride, Marley! Zaza sings as they tap, clap, and snap their way up and down the halls. My grandparents love Pride Month, the parade, the rainbow-themed brunches, the drag story times. They can't get enough, but not me. When I think of the crowds and the loud noises, my tummy feels squirmy and my chest feels tight. It's like someone is squeezing me so hard I can't breathe. Every year, when June comes around, Zaza starts raving about the parade. It's gonna be so much fun. All our friends will be there. I can't wait to see who's performing. And every year, I find a reason not to go. Luckily, Zaza understands. Don't you worry, sugar. I'll bring you back something special, they say every time. The thing is, deep down, I really do want to go. When I'm alone, I pretend that I'm right there with Zaza, having a ball. This year, Zaza is getting an award for all of their work helping transgender folks like us. They will even get to ride on a float, and I want to be there for all that. If only I could figure out how to calm my nerves. On the morning of the parade, while Zaza is in their room getting fabulous, I head to the bathroom to give myself one last pep talk. I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. Breathe in, breathe out. Then I pack my essentials, my noise-canceling headphones, my fidget spinner, and of course, my lavender bunny. Okay, ready, I say to myself. We pull up to the parade, and my mind starts racing. What if I get lost? What if people keep bumping into me? What if I can't find the bathroom? Zaza, I am so not ready. Just as I'm about to crawl under the car seat to hide, Zaza gives me a big bear hug, and I tell them all of my worries. It's okay to be scared. If you want to turn back, we can head right on home. But remember, Marley, Pride isn't just a big old party. It's about celebrating who we are, about community and love. You belong here. You aren't doing this alone. I think about Zaza's words. Fitting in can be hard for me sometimes. Like when I can't choose between the boys and the girls team, or when I'm the only kid who uses they them pronouns. I look around and see gender neutral bathrooms and people wearing all sorts of pronoun pins. I realize that things might be easier here. Okay, Zaza, I'll give it a try. As we make our way through the crowds, my hands are sweating. My heart is racing. Then Zaza lifts me onto their shoulders. Suddenly, everything is different. I feel lighter. My heart stops thumping so hard. A gentle breeze and a cloud of bubbles kisses my cheek. Finally, I can breathe. Up here, people look a little bit smaller and a little less scary. There's laughing, hugging, and so much singing happening all around me. Even the flags join the party as they dance and sway in the wind. It all seems so magical. After a while, I tap Zaza on the shoulder. I think I'm ready to come down now. We bump into some old friends. And we also meet lots of new people. I'm Marley. I'm Zane. And this is Stacy and Keisha. I love your pronoun pins, I say shyly. Thanks, take one. I have tons of them at home. Zane insists as she hands me a few to choose from. My heart does a double backflip when I find the they pin. It's time for the parade. Zaza jiggles, wiggles, and shakes their entire body to the music. They dance and sing with our new friends as our float makes its way through the city. Before long, the float reaches the stage. That's when it hits me. I'm going to be alone while Zaza is presenting. Here come butterflies in my tummy. Then something unexpected happens. Hey Marley, come and join us. We saved a spot just for you. Zane shouts as they wave me over. There are goosebumps all over my arms. I can't believe it. They really like me. Good luck, Zaza, I call out as I run to join Zane, Stacy, and Keisha. Zaza steps up to the podium to get their award. Then they share their story. They talk about the joys of opening our home to those in need and helping those transitioning. They also remember Marsha P. Johnson, Sylvia Riviera, and other brave transgender heroes who weren't afraid to stand up for the trans community. People are clapping, cheering, and even crying. They are amazing! They are such an inspiration! Wait. Are they all talking about my Zaza? I get warm all over. Then my heart feels bigger. It swells and it swells until it feels like it might burst out of my chest. I run over and give Zaza a huge hug. You had quite a day, Marley. How are you feeling? Zaza asks with a smile. Today was a little scary and kind of hard. But it was also amazing. Finally, I understand why Zaza loves Pride. It might be loud and crowded, and people definitely bump into you a lot. But this is my community, my family. This is where I belong. No matter how I choose to celebrate, my feelings about pride and myself won't change. Zaza, I said, gazing out to the cheering crowd. I feel really proud. More about Marley's pride. What is LGBTQIA+? It is an acronym or a group of letters that stand for a different word. Sometimes this group of people is also called simply the queer community. L, lesbian. G, gay. B, bisexual. T, transgender. Q, queer or questioning. I, intersex. A, asexual. Plus stands for all other identities not listed. What does queer mean? Queer is a word that is used to be an insult, but that many people in the LGBTQIA community now use as a positive term that includes all the identities in the acronym. How do Marley and Zaza identify? Marley isn't sure whether to join the boys' team or the girls' team. Someone who does not identify as part of a gender binary is called non-binary. Some non-binary people also identify as transgender, but some do not. Marley and Zaza both use they/them pronouns. What is gender identity? A person's gender identity is who they know themselves to be on the inside. This can include a boy, girl, both, neither, and anything in between. Someone whose gender identity matches their sex they were assigned at birth is called cisgender or cis. Someone whose gender identity is different from the sex they were assigned at birth is called transgender or trans. What is a pronoun? A pronoun is a word used to refer to ourselves and others instead of a name or noun. Pronouns reflect a person's identity. People may change their pronouns, and some use more than one pronoun. Examples: she, her, hers. He, him, his. They, them, theirs. Z, her, hers. What is gender neutral mean? A word or phrase that's not associated with a specific gender is called gender neutral. For example, instead of fireman, you can say firefighter. Zaza is a gender neutral grandparent's name. How do you use a gender neutral pronoun? They or other gender neutral pronouns are used in the same way as a gendered pronouns she and he. For example, Zaza is excited that they are going to the Pride Parade with me today. Can you find the flags in the book? The history of pride. Marley has a hard time fitting in sometimes. Why do they feel this way? Queer people all over the world have experienced discrimination or not being treated fairly or given the same rights as everyone else for a very long time. Chosen family are people who are not related but decide to love and support each other. Pride started as an act of protest. These protests were often led by the most marginalized members of the community, such as black and brown trans women and drag queens. On June 28, 1969, there was a protest at the Stonewall Inn in New York City, led by trans activists Marsha P. Johnson and Sylvia Riviera. The first Pride March was held the following year, on June 28, 1970, to mark the anniversary of the Stonewall protest. An activist is someone who works to change the world in a positive way. In this story, Zaza receives an award for being an activist in the trans community. Every year, the world, the LGBTQIA plus community, friends, family, and allies come together to celebrate Pride Month with drag story times, festivals, and parades. Who is involved? Queer people and allies, or their supporters. What is involved? A big old party. But not just that. Where? Today, Pride is celebrated in over 100 countries around the world. Pride celebrations are as unique and diverse as the people who attend them. When? Usually in June or July. Why? To remember those who have fought for LGBTQIA+ rights, to celebrate the queer community, to advocate for change. How? Floats, costumes, and performances, rainbow-themed meals, spending time with chosen family. What if you don't like parades? Marley has sensory sensitivities. Big crowds make their heart pound, their hands feel sweaty, and their thoughts race. Marley wears noise-canceling headphones so the crowd doesn't sound so loud. They also carry a fidget spinner and a soft-scented stuffed animal to hold. If you feel this way sometimes too, you can talk to a trusted adult about the way you feel. Like Marley talks to Zaza, remember that it's okay to have those feelings, and you are not alone. That ended very abruptly. Sorry about that. So that is Marley's Pride. That is the one that is, like I said, on YouTube right now, getting a little bit of hate. So if you enjoyed that story, do me a favor, go. I've got the video right here. If you guys wouldn't mind just leaving a positive comment or something. I think this one is a super cute story overall. And I really enjoyed it. I thought a lot of kids could take away something from this because it's really difficult to navigate in this life form, in this phase of life that Marley is. So it's not even, to me, it's not even a transgender story. It's more about a story about growing up and navigating all the weirdness. This is a Charizard shirt, so I bought the whole starter set. So I have Squirtle, I have Bulbasaur, and Charmander. And on that, during our story time, Desert Rose donated $31 to our Trans Right Readathon. So that puts us at $251 raised, which includes us hitting our next milestone. So I will be recording another story with Akward. I think I know which one I want. I haven't been able to get to the library this week. But I do have a story that I really enjoy that I've read to my kids a few times. It's but I have to double check because I don't know if it falls in the category of trans positive or written by a trans author. So I have to double check. I mean, it's adjacent. It's adjacent, but we would go ahead and write your name on the book. Put your name back here with all the other wonderful donations. Wonderful donations right there. There we go. So that puts us halfway to our goal of $500 for Akward Wife and I, and that's a really exciting thing.
Sneaky Turtle.
If you would like to donate, I'm going to go ahead and post that link real quick. I'm laughing because while I was watching the recording, I realized that you could hear Desert Rose. It was Desert Rose and I think it was Maze Room in the background. I was listening to them while I was reading the story, and I guess my headphones were too loud that you could slightly hear it. You could slightly hear it. That was kind of funny. If I don't have something going on in the background, it goes in. I get in my head real quick, and then that's when you see me stuttering and kind of having issues with it. Um, there should be no ads starting, sir. Rude. Okay, well, we're gonna do a quick ad break because Twitch doesn't understand what an hour is. And then when we come back, we will hop into working on our coins, and then that'll let me get something to drink because I just realized I don't have a drink. All right, so be back in about 3 minutes. Hello to those who are our subscribers or those on TikTok. If you're on TikTok and you want to go ahead and double tap that screen, that'd be greatly appreciated. We are just rounding out the ads right now. Be sure to tell me what kind of ads you were listening to. I will. Don't know why I'm doing this accent. Awkward. Welcome back from the ads, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. We will do that hot sauce cocktail probably on Friday stream or next week. Maybe we'll do it as part of Monday since that's Trans Rights Awareness Day, Trans Visibility Day. I forget what it's called. I'm so sorry. That's awkward. But anyway, So for that hot sauce cocktail, we'll probably do that on Monday. Now I'm thinking about it, to kind of celebrate all that awesomeness that is this fundraiser, the Trans Right Readathon. And thank you to those who started putting this together and let my wife see this on her TikTok, and then we came up with an idea and have been kind of running with it, and it's been lots of fun. I always love doing events. I don't know. Maybe I'm just
Awkward wife has entered the stream.
Trans Day of Visibility. Thank you, Akward wife. You're always the one to know these things. I'm just the awkward person that you decided to marry. But it's been a lot of fun overall. I was expecting maybe $5 raised, but to raise now $250 is such an awesome treat, honestly. And I'm so grateful for the community to support this. Like I said, suicide prevention and awareness is something that's really close to me, especially for the LGBTQIA plus community. So it's been a real treat to be able to give time and energy to something that I know will make a big difference in people's lives. So, and if you're on something like TV, you will see there is a QR code down there in the corner that you can also scan, and it'll take you to the Tiltify campaign where you can also donate. I went ahead, if you're on TikTok, if you're on YouTube, do note that you can also get it through my link in my bio. So there's lots of different ways to be able to be involved if you wish to be involved. Yeah. So I hope you're doing well. What we are going to be doing today is we're going to be continuing the stuff that we were doing on Monday. Originally, I was going to do Minecraft. But honestly, part of me is just avoiding it because I know there's a lot of stuff I need to do and in there. And this is what I call the hellish time of year as an educator, because it's not only like wrapping up everything you did for the year, it's also testing time. And so like schedules are weird. Every day is just inconsistent, and it's just mentally and physically draining. But yeah, so I am just I am just a little bit out of it, little bit exhausted. It kind of this stuff started with it this week, and we're going there. I love my friend. She's in Hawaii for work, and she's watching Kilauea erupt and pretending to roast marshmallows over it. That's funny. That's really funny. Oh yes, let this molten lava come out, and I will just roast this marshmallow. But honestly, same. I'd probably do the same. That sounds pretty fun. All right, so while off stream, I went ahead and I started working on Akward Wife's coin because I want to do my coin on stream. So let's turn off the reference picture. So with Akward Wife, for those who haven't seen her little avatar before, it's one that was designed by me. But I'm actually thinking about coloring the inside of her glasses because the coloring on her glasses is kind of iconic. It's one of the first compliments I see I see people give her almost every time is how they love her frames. This is Fusion 360. So it is the AutoCAD family, but same idea. I love CAD too. That's what I spent a lot of my undergrad doing, was CAD work. Specifically, I did not download that picture. I can go grab that picture though and show you guys. So my undergrad, for those who don't know, was in theatrical design and production. And so I spent a lot of time learning just various things. And one of the ones I took the time to learn was AutoCAD, and learning not only how to create like drawings for stage, but also learning how to do 3D renderings. And so a lot of my, in fact, I used to even at one point was making money teaching people. I think I need to move to Cali with you. You should do it. Come to Cali. So yeah, so I spent a lot of time doing it. I was teaching actually engineers how to do it. So just to give you guys an idea of what I used to do. So this was my first lighting design on the main stage. This was the 3D rendering I created. Now, if you couldn't tell, I'm kind of proud of this thing. So just so you can see side by side, I am so proud of this. This was one of my, what was it? Independent studies. When I was in undergrad, and I mean, I put so many hours into this, but it was the goal was to replicate my work in on stage into a 3D rendering. And I think I did pretty good. For 2009 technology. No, 2011? That can't be right. Yeah, 2011 technology. I did pretty good. This was just using the base AutoCAD program, along with a few tips and tricks. And I haven't ever done anything to this level again. But the computers we had were, I think my laptop is stronger than the computers we had in the lab now. My laptop now is stronger than that, but so a few things here and there, like the holes here were a little big, and overall, like the texturing to get the rusted bridge, that took forever. Rendering out the light, even though it was a different style than the original. Yeah. This is one of my favorite pieces in my portfolio, and almost every time it impresses people to see it, and I'm like, good. But nowadays I don't make too many 3D CAD pieces, and it's probably been a good decade since I've really drafted in CAD. So I'm a little nervous about it going into graduate school, because it's going to be a steep learning curve. So that's why I'm playing with Fusion 360, because that's the more recent program I've used. And then as time goes on, I'm going to go and maybe do some light drafting. In Vectorworks, which is industry standard. But yeah, so I've been just tinkering with this. But this was what we finished on Monday. This is going to become, I think, my little business card, if you will, for TwitchCon. I really like it. And then I'm going to put some designs on the back, like this one. So this one's a little Eevee. Because one thing I really liked was, I really liked what I did this year with TwitchCon by making the jokes my business card, but a lot of people didn't know what to do. Yeah, I mean, I just have to re-go through it all. I'm sure Jake does because it's show production stuff. Yeah. I'm not like entirely worried about it because the first class I take is basically a Vectorworks class, and they make us do all the introductory stuff. So I'm not like fretting about it, but I also found out recently, and it's been I'm psyching myself out. I'm going to be the oldest member of my cohort. So I'm also just psyching myself out a little bit. But there's advantages to me being the oldest member of my cohort. So it's just more about going through and remembering all the buttons are. Yeah, just get him to San Diego. Come and join us in Cali. You know, I don't have a house, or I would say come, you can rent out a bedroom or something, but you know, I don't have a place to live yet. And grad school's not paying me enough to rent it. I know it doesn't. It's more of just when I realized that most of the cohort members could have been my students in high school. It's just like, it's this mental block I gotta get over. It's just this mental block. And I think it'll be fine once I start working with all of them. But yeah, it'll be fine. It's just really, I'm in my head about it. Yeah, go for it. Everyone needs sound designers. Just saying, like, grad schools are begging for them. But yeah, so that's the fun part. I mean, what is it? When all's said and done, I will have not paid for my college, but I will be paying for it for the first semester. So, you know, if you want to take on, I think it's like 4,000. It just makes me feel like I'm a king in a chair, ready to execute people. I love that clip. I love that
Just
voice.
Jackie K just resubscribed on the Twitch side of our gathering. You're first in line for the food.
Thank you so much for your 5 months of Twitch subscriptions. It's really appreciated. I don't really need to tell you that, Jackie. You know I appreciate you. And I know you appreciate me, and you know, there's that. Sorry, I'm really tired. I'm so tired. I'm mentally drained. I'm working on the yearbook, and it was just, so many things to fix. Yeah, he go get his MFA. Yeah, heck, just move to San Diego. There is so many places. I've had 2 places reach out to me when I reached. So I asked my grad professor to reach out to some local theaters for my wife, and and I have gotten added to overhire lists because of it. I appreciate that, Jackie. I hope you're doing well. I enjoyed listening to you mostly on Fortnite. I was hoping to get home before you were done, but there was a school thing and I didn't get home until literally as you were finishing up. Um, yeah, we can have absolutely desert. I just love chatting with you anyway, but yeah. There's a lot of places looking for technicians, and San Diego apparently is one of the hubs, pre-Broadway hubs. So, um, let's have a chat. I appreciate you coming in, Jackie. I know, yeah, it's 8:30. You should already be sleeping. I'm surprised you're even here right now. So, but you also are messaging me usually at 6 a.m. in the morning. So, like when I'm still trying to wake up, you're like, hey, here's all these things. And I love it about you because it really does help me get energized for the day. I know why I'm so tired. I didn't have my advanced GG for stream today. I have some blueberry lemonade left over, and I was like, I'm gonna drink this instead of my advanced GG. And so that's the problem. Of course it's overdue, Desert. Of course. So we are gonna finish out sketching out the Eevee here. And this is the image I'm creating. Just wanted you guys to see what it kind of looks like pre-rendered. I ran into a problem. So this is the issue with negative space, but I think coloring is going to help it. I couldn't really make this part, the ear part, not be the negative space because it was looking too weird on the hair. So I cut out the ears. And so my thought is maybe I'll make those its own color using the bamboo, or maybe I'll make the black outline or something like that. But I was also thinking I could do like vinyl overlay, kind of similar to how, though that's not how these coins are made. Where are my coins? Too much stuff on my desk right now. Only getting worse with moves. So like these coins, they have kind of the color, and the black. So I was thinking about doing something similar with this. Obviously they didn't do vinyl, but I do have some fun vinyls that could make a nice overlay for that. Just for like the personal collection. I wouldn't do it for the trading ones, but I do have what's called the AMS, which allows you to switch between colors. So I can add color really easily if I have the filament. So that's how I'm going to do Akward Wife's glasses. I was going to make those this two-toned silk color I have, because it's really an iconic part of her thing. I'm also going to make the turtle green, just to make it pop a little bit. I don't know if I'm going to make the black, but I have to look at the other colors I have, because I have loaded support, green, orange, and black. But I might take out the orange and load one of the other colors I have. But I don't remember what colors I bought is the problem. So I have to take a look and see what else I have. I was just going to flop out the orange for the two-tone that I just got. But I think I have a blue too. So I might take out support and put in the blue, because I'm not going to use support for this. And I haven't had a project really to do support with. I know I have a full thing of support too. This was the sample that they gave me with the machine. Decisions. But we got to finish the design before anything. We can't make decisions till we finish the design. That's the That's the truth of it. So really, we just need to do the body of it. And then this one is good to go. We haven't finished the Akward Hero one. I'm trying to debate. I don't know what I want. I want, obviously, some Pokemon ones. But I'm not sure if I want to do just Pokemon or I want to try some other things. So, because I think it might be cool to have maybe something else there. I even thought about doing like a QR code to that to my like Twitch account or something, but a lot of them you have to pay for to keep them active, and it's a whole pain. So to hey Kira, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Hope everyone's doing well, honestly. We are finishing up Akward Wife's little coin. I can show you the other side. There is Akward Wife's little logo. Her hair going through her glasses.
Where in the world is
Henrietta? Hey guy, all right. Where is Henrietta? Where's my phone? Gotta find the phone to see where Henrietta's at. For those who are unfamiliar or maybe new to the stream, we adopted a turtle. It's kind of our thing here. And so we have Henrietta is our adopted turtle, and we check in on her every now and then whenever anyone clicks on that redeem once per stream. So Henrietta loves what I call the armpit of Florida. If we zoom out enough, in the Gulf of Mexico, we have Henrietta, and she likes to hang out right there. So that is her most recent position, right off the coast in what I call the armpit of Florida. So what we do have an update from Follow. Each sea turtle species has a specialized beak that makes them experts at eating their favorite foods. Loggerheads, like Henrietta, have a large head with powerful jaws to consume shellfish, crabs, conch, and scallops. Green sea turtles have a smaller head with less powerful jaws, but the edge of their beak are serrated to scrape algae and cut seagrass like scissors. Leatherback beaks are not hard like the others, but they do have two fangs at the top and one at the bottom to grab jellyfish and suck them up like a vacuum. Plus, backward-facing spikes down their throat that keep food from in while they push extra water out. The hawksbill narrow hawk-like beak is sharp and pointed, perfect for getting into cracks between the coral to eat sponge, sea urchin, and other reef invertebrates. Bon appetit! So that is what Henrietta is up to. Yes, that's what I call the armpit of Florida. And some people say that's just Florida. But it is, if Florida were a person, you know, there's the body, right? The body of the U.S. and then Florida's arm. So that would make this the armpit. This is really hard to do backwards without being able to see it directly. So, yeah, it's the armpit of the armpit of America in the Gulf of Mexico. So, I think it makes perfect sense. And, you know, I think you guys all do too, and that's why you're laughing. So, yeah, so we're basically making a custom coin is what we're trying to do here. So on the back side of these coins, you have the Pokemon, the Pokemon logo. And then on the front side, you have a Pokemon. Okay. So, and then I was like, well, if I make it the exact same size, then I can use the little custom holders we made a couple weeks ago, or last week. It was last week. The little that's an old one. I'm glad you love it that way. I know how a lot of people feel that Florida is just an armpit of a state. So I like to look at it as the armpit of our country. Right underneath. Anyway, so we are working on Akward Wife's, not mine, because I haven't decided what I want. Like, Squirtle is one I want. I also might make a few copies of it beforehand. And Akward Wife, we've talked, she wants a few different ones too. But I was focusing on Eevee because it is one of her favorites. So we've got what we're gonna do is we have our reference image and we built the head already. So the head's done. Now we need to build the body. And fortunately, it shouldn't be that hard. It really is just making splines. I tested this theory with trying to do the hair up here because I wasn't sure if it was going to come out nicely. But as you can see, it looks really nice. It's not as jagged as the drawing, but I really like the texture it adds, and it really makes it smooth and builds kind of the intermittent area between the spikes really well. So I'm just going to continue that method that I was doing, which is literally just this. That's all I was doing. But it definitely gives it like its own. It gives it its own texture, and I love how it's coming out. Overall, like it it's just like when artists create anything, right? You want it to be similar. You want people to understand what it is, but when it has its own little thing, it's kind of nice. It's kind of nice. That's unique. I think that's one reason why I can never find Pokemon cards, because the art style that they do on all the different Pokemon cards is so unique that, and some people just really, really love to gouge other people. It's kind of ridiculous, if you ask me, at times. My wife and I used to get the ETB boxes, like, and we would get them. We'd get the newer sets. Like, we wouldn't always get the newer sets. Sometimes we'd buy older sets because you could get a good deal on them. Like when you put your own little twist into it. Yeah. I mean, yeah, exactly that is. It's as long as you can tell what it is. That's what I care. That's really what I care about, is that you can tell what it is. If it doesn't read as Eevee, then I've lost. But we used to spend $60, get the ETBs. And the reason being is you get all these little like extra pieces with it. And while we have literally like so many damage counters, for instance, and just little things like that, it seems silly to keep getting them. But you also get usually 8 packs for $60, and so that's like a pretty good deal, like overall. And so that's always kind of the, no, I don't want to close this. I want to stop it there. No, I hit the wrong button. Thanks, SiriBot. Good bot. Good bot. Good bot in chat for everyone. From everyone. SiriBot did good. See, Siri bot gets excited. It was moving slow the other day. Took like 5 minutes for the good bot command to be responded to. I felt like a bad bot user because I thought I wasn't registering what I did. But yeah. So it also, this use of splines has been giving it a real, like, I don't know, like a fluffiness to it, for lack of a better term. But I think this is also why I really love artists versus... I don't consider myself an artist. I'm more of a... I don't know, a technical artist, I guess. I mean, I'm a lighting artist for sure. But when it comes to like drawing and illustration, it's not my forte. And the biggest reason is that like I can sketch, do a good job sketching, but really like going in and doing that shading and all that fun stuff, I really struggle with. So as an artist, when it comes to making art that's drawn, I always feel like a kind of a little bit of a, con artist. My day's going good and well. It was a rough day. Right now I am in the last month of the yearbook. And so I have to, and our yearbook is for the whole district. So I have to go through, and this has been the fun part, is going through and making sure every name is correct. Every picture is correct. We have the correct students, because we have about 1,000 students across the district. So it's not any different than most of the high schools, but my classes are tiny. And on top of that, we've been having a lot of technology issues related to access. So like my students can't get into the yearbook. It all has to go through me. So I'm funneling all that stuff. I'm trying to get the designs done, trying to get their designs in. And we go to print in 25 days. So we still have blank pages. I have a student who has literally refused to do anything all year. And I tried to be like, maybe this isn't the class for them. As you know, if it's any other class, I really try to work with any student, but when it comes to those production-based work classes like yearbook, it's really hard to have a student just sit there because it discourages the other students who are trying their best. But yeah, I'm doing good. I mean, it's really on them. They're going to fail a yearbook class that basically I've only graded them one test. I've given them one test that was like a real grade. Everything else was turn me in what you got. So I do that student will likely fail, unfortunately, but I mean, unless they just start turning things in, right, out of the blue. All right. I'm just more seeing what lines I want to include. Because all these lines, this circle right here is the end of the coin. So all these lines would be lost. Oh, do you do like the yearbook thing where people get to edit and write and add pictures to the yearbook? Yeah, so I oversee the yearbook for my school. It's the whole district So like, and so as a parent, because my kids are in the district, so as a parent, it's really important to me. It's really, I want to be at least, hey, you guys got a really cool yearbook the 3 years your dad was in charge of it. So like there's a personal investment in it too. And a lot of my students do work really hard at it. And it's just a really small class this year is the unfortunate part. So that's the unfortunate part is it's just there's only I keep hitting the wrong button. There's only 8 kids again to cover a yearbook for 1,000 people across the district. It's a lot of work, but they're most of them are doing really great, and I really appreciate them. That wasn't always the case, but in the last, nope, not 25.25. There we go. In the last little bit, they've really come in and tried to do better. Ooh, that's gonna be a problem. I think we'll have to curve this in a little bit more first. May I join? I mean, I don't want to be a part of it. But yeah, I guess. No. There's a little thing called FERPA that kind of gets in the way of outsiders joining. Oh, that's going to get real messy. All right, we're not going to do this line. It'll just be what it'll be. So really just this back leg line and the part of the tail. That's all that's left. Oh, wait, did I draw the circle? I don't think I did. Shoot. But yeah, so it's gonna be, I got the proof today, and it's gonna be a lot better product than I thought it initially was going to be. I was having real anxiety over it a few days ago, but I might actually sleep well tonight because it's a lot better done than I was feeling it. But that always happens with the proof. In fact, it's in a better spot than last year's, and last year's came together real nice. Last year's I was really proud of. I think that's the other hard part is I don't have a chief editor like I did last year. And she graduates this year, but she did such an amazing job. She was my chief editor for 2 years. Heck, I've trusted the kid to babysit my kids. That's how much I think of this particular student. And having taught her sister too, like it's just a really great family. And yeah, so I'm really grateful for them as a whole. Fix that tail line a little bit there. That looks better. Let's offset this. So this year's been a little bit harder because she's been helping me literally the entire way I've been at the school. Make these products good. In the last 2 yearbooks, the first year wasn't even a class, so it was really hard. But last year it was a class, so it made it a little bit easier. And it was a full class. Like it wasn't just like 3 students. But yeah, and I don't know what they're going to do next year. I don't know if they're even going to continue to do yearbook because I'm leaving, so it doesn't really affect me. But I hope they do continue it as a class because it's a lot of work. And at least when it comes to the classwork, you can at least build in that time. If I didn't have that time, no. There we go. if I didn't have that time during the day to work on it, I don't know how I'd get it done. Just today, I spent an hour and 20 minutes just going through and doing small edits. And it was a lot. That was a lot today. But it wasn't the end of the world. It was fine. I got through it. And the next person will too. Ooh, that doesn't close up right. That's the problem. Okay, well, we'll go fix that. Oh, we need the spot here. Boom. Beautiful. That's all part of that. I don't know how this is going to look. I'm not sure how this is going to go, but we'll see. We'll see in a second here. We have to fix a couple things with the collar, with the fur collar, but we do have ads starting in about 30 seconds. So if you're not subscribed, go ahead and double click on, or I'm sorry, you can go ahead and use your Bezos bucks is what I call them, to get a subscription. If you are subscribed, you'll be enjoying those ad-free minutes. And if you're on TikTok, go ahead and double tap that screen. Get some likes in there. Get people excited to come and join as we build this. Oh, it looks nice. Once I fix that collar right there. I don't know about the tail though. I don't think it's reading. But it's not too distracting either. We'll have to add, I think I need to add something to eyes too. Her eyes, the eyes of Evie are kind of creepy. I said it. They're kind of creepy. But, okay, so I need to go fix this drawing. So, because right here, when it offset, it didn't make it. It didn't connect it. The circles were too steep, it looks like. No. I guess we could move the point. No, we'll just extend these lines out a little bit. Go like that. Like that. Just to kind of close it off. It's not the prettiest. Can we round this a little bit? Modify. Oh, we can chamfer. Chamfer this edge. Or fillet. I used to tell my students that if they called it fillet, they owed me a fillet of fish sandwich. And now that we're in that time of year, I feel like I need to just reiterate that. So it is called the fillet. A lot of people want to call it fillet command, but it's called the fillet command. If you call it fillet, you owe me a fillet of fish sandwich. That's how it works. I don't make the rules. I don't. All right. So then we got that. We're going to go back into the extrusion. We're going to select this area as well as that area. And we should be good now. All right. Backing it up. Oh, it looks freaking adorable, but the eyes are still creepy. So we're going to go ahead and fix those eyes because they're good. I love seafood. That is the thing I am most looking forward to living in San Diego. I won't have any money, but I'm going to be enjoying any sort of seafood that I can. because yummy. All right, so I think just gonna add like one eye is purposely a little bit bigger than the other, not much, but because it's supposed to be at like a slight angle. So one eye is more forward. So it's not straight on, it's supposed to be like that. So it's supposed to be a little bit bigger. So looking, yeah, it's supposed to be like the head's about to turn. So that's why, yeah, this is a little bit closer. But I think I need to add like a little bit of a circle inside. We see this in cartoons sometimes. It's nothing major. It's very, 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 very tiny. But it kind of does adds that little cutout there. But this isn't where I want to add it. I want to go back. I'm in the wrong. Why did I create a new drawing? Akward. What am I going to do with you, Akward? Okay, we need to go back to the face drawing. There it is. Okay. So I'm going to go here, and I'm just right here. Just going to add a small... It's going to give it kind of a weird... Hello, Patch. Hell yeah, seafood is life. I haven't tried much. Just shrimp, octopus, fish, and clams. I have tried, let's see. I've had all those. Shrimp, octopus, fish, clams. When I was younger, I had caught a rainbow trout. That was yummy. For a long time, I enjoyed seaweed. I would just eat seaweed snacks. I'd get a little thing. My wife said it would make my breath stink. Oysters I'm a fan of. Though right now not so much, because if you don't know, they're like E. coli central. It's a fish. It's a fish, but in Arizona they're very common to catch. So you can, there we go. Yeah, I think that'll. But it's another fish. Ooh, that gives it a kind of a nice little texture to it. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people do because they're very similar. I'm trying to think what else. I mean, I've had a lot. Salmon is all-time favorite. I make a really good grilled salmon. I haven't been able to make it in years, but I make a really good, what was in it? It had honey. It was like a honey soy sauce salmon. I used to make it during COVID. I made it all the time. Ooh, I like the little bubble I added to Evie's eyes. What do you guys think? I like oysters, but I like them specifically as oyster shooters. But they shouldn't be that salt. They really shouldn't be that salty. I'm not someone who likes salt, so I'm surprised that the ones you had them. What else? Crawfish. Really enjoy those. If you've never had a crawfish boil, crawdads is what my dad used to call them. Um, I don't know. Lots of them. Honestly, in no, because I've only had I've had fried oysters, boiled oysters, and raw oysters. And raw oysters go great with some tequila and and tomato juice. It's called an oyster shooter, and I highly recommend it. It's one of my favorite because you get a little snack with it. Um, yeah, salmon I think is my usual go-to if I really want fish. Shrimp is another good one. Make a really good southwestern shrimp. And it's nothing crazy. It's just taco seasoning and lime. So if you want something really easy, not a fan of drinking, but sounds very delicious. I'm not really either. That's the funny part. I don't drink that often, but oyster shooters are one of my favorite things. I think minus the coloring, which we're gonna do after we export it. I think we're good. Ceviche? Yeah, I love ceviche. But yeah, it's a good time. Basically, shrimp and lime. But what I'll do is I will like coat the shrimp in taco seasoning. I use about half a packet. If you go buy the taco seasoning at like a grocery store, I'll use about half the packet to cover the relatively dry shrimp. After they're de-thawed, let it sit for a bit. Then what happens is the salt in the taco seasoning kind of leaches out the extra moisture, and it starts to make almost a paste with it makes a paste with the taco seasoning. And so what I do is I use that paste to kind of I'll kind of mix it with a little bit of water, and it'll almost make like a sauce if you cook it in a pan. And then so I'll take that, some pico de gallo, guacamole, and what is it? Mexican blend cheese. Oh, it is every time. Every time. It is perfect. There is nothing. I don't add anything really to it. It is really just the way the shrimp cooks in the pan, and kind of has that time to just let the seasoning season. It's so good. So good. And that was an experiment I made one time. I like this. I almost feel like this is kind of silly though. Let me delete it and see what it looks like. It's not something I can't redo if I absolutely need to. There we go. I almost think it doesn't need it. What? Did I delete more than I should have? I think I did. I think I deleted. No, I didn't. Let me see. Okay, it's all there right now. Actually, instead of deleting it, let's just go in and we'll de-extrude this section, because it's really just this section I want to remove. I want to keep that. Hit OK. Yeah, get yourself some crackers and a tostada, and I personally love to put mayo. and scoop it up and add some sauce if I feel spicy. I don't know about the mayo. That's a little bit that's a little much for me. But I'll put it on flour tortilla. I think that's pretty much the one crime I have is I prefer flour tortillas over corn ones. But I had a corn tortilla today actually at the student market. I don't know. What are we thinking? Do we think? What are we thinking? Akward wife, if you're here, feel free to wave it, measure in. This is your coin. I'm a fan of mayo and people don't like it as often. Look, I have no problem with mayo. My wife, and light mayo is usually where I go. Yeah. My wife likes it a lot more than I do, and she's kind of shifted a little bit in there too. There's a place for mayo. There are definite reasons for mayo. I'm just not. It's just not like something I use quite often. My wife grew up in the South, so it's a staple for her. All right, so now what we need to do is I need to make this into a component. I believe that's what it's called here. This is the part I don't do as often, so bear with me as I try to remember the step. Is that a duck report? Oh yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing is I have no, like, a good potato salad, you're going to eat some mayo and it's going to be good. You know? Welcome back, Nerdy Nurse. I'm just trying to remember all my training from a year ago. But I think we have our first coin done. So I was going to export it and then, but I'm trying to remember what to do. I did this literally the other day. I'm sorry, the duck thing. The duck thing has the best music. I don't need anything else. Just did a shot of NyQuil. Well, stay as long as you can. And if that's the next 5 minutes, that's the next 5 minutes. That's 5 minutes of joy we had with you. Because I did this on my other project for... And I have to create it as a component. But I don't remember. Oh, maybe it's because of the view I'm in. Wait a sec. Sometimes you have to be in an isometric view. Okay. Or maybe it's just because I was doing it on my Mac and now I'm doing it on PC. Who knows? I never do. Wait. I think it's over here. Wait, guys. Yeah. I think I just saw what I needed, but I have to select it again. No. There we go. All right. Just making sure everything is selected. That's the worst thing we can do is not. So what's cool about AutoCAD is if you click and drag left, it selects everything it touches. If you click and drag right, it only selects what you've encompassed. Yeah, this is actually the Akward wife coin. So it's Evie on one side and then Akward wife's logo on the other. So this one, can you color the coin? I'm going to color it in bamboo because it'll color it based on the filament I use. No, I don't want to insert a component. I want to create the component. There we go. Okay. So now I should be able to export it as an STL. I can read. There it is. STL. I love that it's in Lego form. Yeah. Well, so Akward Wife, if you know this, but Akward Wife actually streamed, I think it was 3 streams. She did 3 live streams back in December, I think. It was right out, I think, at the end of the semester. And she really wanted to do Lego builds. And so I took I built her a minifig head that looked like her and kind of had her personality into it. So I kind of this is an Akward original design. Because that was her thing. She really wanted, she did the 24 days of Legos where she built, let me zoom out, you guys can see it, the Home Alone house right here. So she did 24 videos of that build. And she has a bunch she wants to do, but she's waiting till we move to do them. So yeah, that's the thing she's waiting on, really. But she has the Disney castle she wants to build. I forgot where I saved this. Oh, it's in the Akward Wife folder. Okay. So that's why her logo is there. But she did a few live streams. She said she might do it again someday. But Akward Wife. All right, let's load up Bamboo. So that's why, yeah, that's why I made her logo with that. I just like that it shows off her personality because she has a lot of it. All right. Dang, I thought it would separate them. I guess not. Okay. So this is, but can I, split to objects. Yes, okay. There we go. Okay, so we have our Akward Wife pin, or what's it called? Coin. I just want to make sure that we see it on both ends. Okay, so we do have Evie on the bottom. We do have Akward Wife on the top. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to color this a little bit. We're going to just use some of the things right now. That was one thing I was talking about earlier, is I need to switch over the thing. So I have orange, black, and green loaded. So my base is going to be, my first filament is going to be black. I'm going to leave the green in, but I'm going to take out the orange and flip it out for this multicolored one that I just bought. So let's give me 1 second. So it's a two-tone, kind of blue and purple. And that's what I think I'm going to do for her glasses. No, you guys can't see much or anything from that angle. I can do right now. All right. All right, so we have loaded in, or it's loading right now, the new filament. I had to go through, make sure there was no tension. And so we have our black, which is matte, our orange and our green, and I flipped out for right now the support because I really haven't used it. What's really cool about bamboo is that it uses RFID, so it can literally sense what filament is loaded. In addition to that, it has just a lot of other little things. So I was getting filament. So I was loading in the silk filament. This is what was in there. It's basically, this is just support. So this is just meant to build, like, help us when I'm building like taller structures. I can use this to help build the structures. You can use regular filament too, but this allows it to, it just works better for support, so I use it for that. So now we have our colors loaded, so we can literally make this up to 4 colors. So that's why I was taking the time to do that. So like I said, for 4, we're gonna click fill. For 4, this one specifically is going to be the glasses. Oh no. No, 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 no. Can't do that. I'll have to do this by hand. Let's gap fill. So what I'm doing now is I can tell the printer, hey, for this section, go in and fill it. I'm gonna fill that, and then I'll go by hand and undo the stuff. I can tell it to cut out some of the different colors, and then from there it'll determine what all needs to be done for printing. So it's a really handy way to print it. It shows blue, but it's actually two-toned, so it's got 2 different colors. It's also silk, so I don't know if that's gonna affect the print quality per se. But what better time to experiment than on a personal project? And if it turns out really cool, I get to take all the credit. There we go. And so this one, the reason I'm using this is this was the requested filament by Akward Wife. So I figured, what better time to use it than something I'm designing for her? You know? Just need a better angle. What better time to use the filament that I bought when she asked me to buy it? All right, so we'll go in. We're going to take it off the eyebrow. Is there a better way? I guess the sphere tool might be better. Nope. We'll do that, I guess. No. See if that helps any. So now I'm just painting more or less what I want to be the glasses. And I'm gonna have to make a few choices that are more liberal design wise. I don't think I'm gonna get the same look I want per se. Oops. So switch this back to this. Ooh, that one actually cut out really nicely. Sorry for that. Looks alright. That looks pretty good, actually. Ooh, that one didn't turn out as good as the other cuts, but that's okay. Go back to black. Okay, and then take the brush back, go here, remove the blue here. That's the only problem right now. Because I'm so new to this, I don't have a lot of colors to choose from. So, can I make it smaller? Sure can. All right, let's clean that up a bit. It's not going to be perfect because I'm doing this by hand. But if it looks good, then I can figure out how to do this. Because this part I don't know how to do I mean, I guess I can select materials. Ooh, that was bad. That was bad. Yeah, just do that. We'll redo it. Make the pen a little bit bigger. Not that big. Have the right color. Seems to be my biggest issue. Is choosing the right color. Okay, and then take the triangle tool. That seemed to work really well when I had these close up. Pieces. Doesn't have to be perfect. Again, this is just this is a test print anyway. All of my test prints I donate to someone who then recycles it. And what she does to recycle it is she actually more or less shreds it down, melts it down, and then turns it into filament that she then sells. And if I could just get it and she would sell it to me for, I think it's at some sort of discounted rate based on how much you give her. Yeah, she shreds it up, dries it out, and extrudes it. It's quite awesome. Erica Prince on TikTok. In fact, I think I gotta make sure I'm following her on Instagram because we're going through it again. And but yeah, so and she is about 3 hours from my house, so all the leftover filament I'm gonna mail down to her. It shouldn't be too expensive overall, and then go from there. Okay, that's you know what, I'm gonna take it for what it is. There, I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna say that's good. It's good paint. I don't like hand painting this kind of stuff. All right. Akward wife, I feel like needs a color. So I'm going to do this color again. Again, just because she requested this. So we should give her the color that she wants. Also, that might look really cool because it's going to be two-toned. It's not going to be blue. It's going to be two-toned. F. And then E. I'm not going to color the edges because it just seemed to use so much like extra when I did. I'm also going to give the edge of the coin, so this little like sunken area, a color. I'm just going to do green for this. Just because I want to see what it all looks like. Oops, nope. Undo that. There we go. It's like it shouldn't look like that. But I realized why it did. There we go. Oh, the eyes probably need some little tonal piece, but all we got is the orange. Yeah, let's try it. See what it looks like. That one can stay black because that's supposed to be the eyelid. Or see, I think I need a yellow. You get a yellow for this project. But for today, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna make the whole thing green. Just to see what it looks like. I don't know. I don't know. I'm doing something weird. Embrace the awkwardness. That's what I always say. Embrace the awkwardness. Great. Okay. I'm gonna make the hair orange actually, because it's ideally it would be brown, yellow, that, and black. But if I do make these more, like I make a robust, more set. Enjoy your sleep, nerdy nerds. Thanks for stopping by for as long as the NyQuil allowed. Hope you sleep well. So yeah, I think it looks really weird, but I think it works. I think it works. Now as for Eevee, I have a different plan for. So Eevee's raised edges are going to get a color. I'm going to do the two-tone. This was always the plan. So anything that is not going downwards. And this is based on the same design that the coins are. It has basically two colors. And I just really like that look. So the back is going to be a little weird, but the front was always supposed to be this way. All right, there we go. It's actually ready to go now. It's ready to go now. This looks really cool. So I'm actually going to send it to the printer right now. It's going to get noisy in here, but I'm getting off shortly anyway, so we're going to slice it up, and what's happening now is that the printer is learning how many steps it's going to take. So every 0.2 steps, it's going to take a step up and color things. Okay, so wait. Prepare. You make sure it's back on the plate. There we go. Yes. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to see the preview of it. So it's going to print layer by 0.2 and slice itself up. Now, I am interested to see what happens here. This whole thing is going to cost me 24 cents to make. But sometimes it makes some weird choices with this. My only concern is down here on the bottom. We're going to have a couple layers where there's holes and gaps, and so that could end poorly. But we're going to try. I want to see. I've done a few other prints where I've had the gaps at such a low angle and it doesn't really affect it. So I'm going to try it. The layer height's 0.2. I'm actually going to make it a little bit smaller. No, I'm not, because I realized there was a coloring issue when I did that. Okay. And then all the other like little weird figure things. That is fill. Yeah. We're good to go. All right, so we have it sliced It's going to be 12 steps. It's going to take roughly 45 minutes. So I'll post this up in the Discord this evening. For anyone who's not part of the Discord, you can go ahead and add it. All you have to do is join the link. I think it'll work for that. It is also, yep, there it is. So YouTube, there it is for you guys. And TikTok, that is the link for you guys. If you want to join the Discord, you're more than welcome to. Feel free to. I'm going to go ahead and send this to the printer, and we're going to go to another ad break. So go on, get stretching, do some stuff. And when I come back, you guys can actually watch some of the print start off. All right. Still got 40 seconds before the ads. So maybe not just yet. Okay, so it's seeing that it has this. Go there. We are going to do a bed leveling. Send it to the printer. Now, what's cool about this is I can press this button. Oh, it's downloading the design. I gotta wait a sec. Okay, there you go. And it does a really, really horrible video of a time lapse. The time lapse looks better in the end, but to watch it in real time, it's not great because it only captures a shot. I think it's every 3 seconds or something. It's pretty slow. Eventually I will set up my own camera for it, but I gotta print a mount. I already have a plan for it. I'm already working on it. It's just I have to master a few skills first. Hello. Oh, it's doing a preheat. I was like, what's going on? It's preheating. So perfect time to go stretch and do that. Sorry, my spoons are low today. I'm trying to be more active. You're great, Kara. You please take care of you. And that hit just right as the ads did. So I hope you guys are enjoying those ads. If you're on TikTok and you're enjoying the stream, go ahead and double click that screen. And we're getting the show beginning right about now. In fact, I don't know if I can full screen this. I can't. I'll still be watching. Yeah, there's no worries. Please do never feel like you guys are... I'm here to entertain you guys, not the other way around. If you are just needing to chill out, relax... please do so. It's appreciated, in fact. Because that's why I try to keep it calm. I know there's days where we play like Fortnite or something. And those days are less calm. But like, especially on my design streams, the whole goal is for you guys to just chill. And if you want to just check out, and in fact, that's what my wife was doing earlier. She was sitting, she has to do all these, she has to read these papers in a queue, and so she had that on. She turned me on the TV and was watching it, just chilling and relaxing. I'm honestly surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if she's moved on now, but she might still be here. She might be, because I'm building something specifically for her. So right now it is leveling the bed, making sure the nozzle's clean and everything's just good to go. So that's what's happening there. I'm hoping when we move that I can get this to be closer. I think part of the reason why we get so few bits is because it has to go to our router, which is kind of far. The smell of burnt plastic. It's great. Welcome back from the ads, everyone. Hope you enjoyed. If you want to share what your ads were, I'm always interested. I think it tells a lot about a person, but it also tells a lot about the streamer. So what kind of ads? What kind of ads does Akward Hero get? You know, it's always interesting. So yeah, we designed the original design, and now it is, my machine is leveling the bed. I've done quite a few prints without leveling it, so I want to make sure to do a level. And so it's just making sure the bed is the same distance. It'll actually adjust automatically for me, the rotation as needed, which is so nice because I used to have to do that manually, and boy was that hard. As you guys can see on my screen, it basically has all of your commands and stuff. This used to be on like a interface you'd have to do, but I can do it all from my computer, which is really nice. So it's going through, it's making sure that the nozzle is equally spaced from it, and then it shakes it up just to see if anything's off throughout it. So that sometimes when it's holding the same kind of look, or it's moving very little, that's what it's doing. It's literally shaking it very small and doing like a it's really funny to listen. And it looks like, not sure which one's going to be the first one. I was laughing though. I was shopping for some like small little trinkets and stuff that I needed to build some projects. And one of the things I was looking at was just like other accessories that I might need eventually. And I found that you can actually get 16 different filament. So Bamboo has a way for you to intertwine not just one, but 4 of these AMS. 4. And I was just thinking to myself, I'm like, I'm going to need to buy another one of these, aren't I? So I'm already looking at expanding beyond my 4 filaments. All right, so we see it's kind of laying down that first layer now. It's using the blue filament because that's the base for for the coin, because the EV. So it's going through, it's filling in the gaps, it's adding those pieces, and really adding into the overall what is it? Shape that we're gonna see at the top. So that's kind of the fun part, is that it will go in and it'll be bigger and bigger and bigger. So that's, sorry, I realized my mic was so far away from my face, and I was like, whoa, the volume level's really low. I try not to talk really loud when I do my night streams, because I think it was a few weeks ago I was playing Fortnite and my daughter complained that I was too loud when I was streaming some game. I don't remember what it was, but so I try to keep it really close to me, so I'm talking, I'm using kind of a softer voice. Someone did say the other day, it was a few months ago, it felt like the other day, you should do ASMR because you have such a calming voice at times. It's like, can you tell my boss that? Because they all seem to think all I do is yell. I'm a very loud person. Overall. Overall, I'm a very loud person. So where it's placed on the plate, we can kind of see the pieces, but it's a little difficult. It's a little bit higher up on the plate than they normally are. But my favorite thing is, so when it prints the first line, it prints a little... Don't try this at home. It prints this little like test strip every time, which I really kind of appreciate, because like, you know, it's nice. It does have a little bit of a glitter to it, which is also nice. It's pretty. You guys can't really see it well. It's two-tone. It's not exactly the one I wanted. I wanted more of that rainbow, metallic rainbow piece. But the Bamboo didn't carry it. There's another company I want to try, Sunlu. People will always have opinions. Yep, to quote Akward Dad. Akward Dad, my dad. Opinions are like butts. Everyone has them, and most of them stink. Akward Dad, who actually called. I accidentally called today when I was doing my thing. I was listening to Jackie K plays, or just Jackie K. Wow. And I put my phone in my pocket to walk somewhere, and all of a sudden I just heard in my ear, the voice caller that you called did not pick up. Please leave a message after the... I'm like, what? So I pull up my phone. I say, oh, I'm calling my dad. So I just texted. I said, oops, sorry, accidental call. And he just texted me back, never be sorry for accidentally calling me. Hope all's doing well. Oh, I know. I just didn't want you to worry. I didn't want you to worry and think something was wrong. Doing well. Just busy. That's probably the hardest part right now. Well, in general, is being this far away from my family. I enjoy my family a lot, but you know, and I've lived pretty much except for the last 3 years, within an hour of them pretty much my whole life. So that's been the hard part. We are moving closer, so I feel good about the soon to be change, but still gonna be pretty far. But it's gotten easier. It's definitely gotten easier over time. You know, and we just make it work. But I like the journey we've been going on. I wasn't doing well with where I was at. Seriously, why does this duck game have such good music? Shouldn't have anything. Actually, let's do. I can't just easily invert my small screen to my large screen. Open up the. Let's see what's going on with the ducks here. I started a new pool. We had over 200 ducks in the pool. Oh, Pad Bay's duck is in the floaty. So that's the only downside is when you start over a new one, like y'all wait for all the ducks to show back up. They're still there. Like you still have them in the collection, but they're not. You have to earn all your ducks. So that's why I started like, oh, I'll start a new map. I'm also not a big fan of the space one. I thought it would be cool to do this, like, because there's 4 maps. So I was like, oh, I'll do one each season. And I've been doing the UFO one since the beginning of the month, and I'm just not a big fan of it. The music's really inconsistent, and there seems to be a glitch every time it goes to the stone duck, because the stone ducks just float to the ground. They just fall to the ground. And whenever the camera targets one of them, it freezes on it. The game's still going, but it won't change cameras. Oh, there's Kira's constellation ducky. Just floating on in. You know what I'm thinking about though? While we're here, let's see who's on. It's 9 o'clock, so it's my quitting time. See who's on. Or do we make a new friend? We got Apple, Jade, Kendra, Ashley. Let's see. Same category. Who's making cool stuff? Take this cow from cute to dangerous. Interesting. Oh, we've got a lot of makers in here. Ooh, a couple 3D printers. But I kind of want something like drawn. Chronograph watch would be kind of cool. Lot of choices. Lot of choices indeed. I think let's Let's see. There's so many makers and crafting right now. So many cool projects. I'm like, which one do I choose? Crocheting. Oh, you know what? This is a crocheting. Another guy crocheter is what it says. They've got 2 viewers, so they're about the same size as us. Well, we're gonna go ahead and raid them. Thank you guys so much for hanging out today. We're gonna come back on Friday. As you listen to me speak, so I can read chat again. We're gonna go and meet a new friend. Heaven's Last is the name. But we're gonna come back on Friday. I think I was gonna play Stardew. I kind of want to play Fortnite. I don't know. We'll see how I feel Friday. And we'll go from there. Maybe we'll do a little bit longer stream, but that'll be 7 o'clock on Friday. I hope to see you guys there. I hope you guys are all taking care of yourself. Make sure to stay hydrated. Just take the steps away that you need to take. And I will see you all again real soon. There's the raid message. And just remember, love y'all.